Welcome to this episode of Is It True? And welcome to my scientific co-host, Eva Milinkovic.
Pleasure to be here.
In this fast-paced program, we dive into typical questions floating around in our community that can be true or not. Now let's dive right in. Eva, what is the question of this episode and who is the expert answering it?
This is a great question. Óscar González Martín from Spain will answer on the question of, is it true that an adequate transmucosal contour management could avoid additional need for soft and hard tissue grafting in single implant-supported restorations in the anterior zone?
I would love to, but I have to say no, because in order to create an optimal restoration, especially in the static zone over implants, we need to have the right amount of bone surrounding the implant itself to create a long-lasting treatment. But also, it's very, very important to have the right amount of soft tissue to play with. So, unfortunately, if you want to, or we want to create a prosthetic contour that really help us to replicate what we want to, the soft tissue must be there. So we still need to think in surgically create that part. And of course, it's quite mandatory to, after that, play with the soft tissue by using the right emergence profile, the right contours. It is very interesting because we can really create a better profile. We can really play with the position of the gingival margin. We can really play with the support of the tissue. And we can correct mild defects by using a temporary restoration. But however, we need a minimal amount of soft tissue to play with. Otherwise, we have to compensate for that. So in conclusion, unfortunately, we have to say no. But still, we need the right soft tissue profile in order to optimize the final result.
Thank you, Óscar González Martín, for explaining so well that this is not true yet. And I think, Eva, in this very long question, the essence is in the word avoid. Avoid completely, right? Because that's not possible.
Not only avoid, but what Óscar tried to point out is that we need sufficient bone, hard tissue, and then sufficient amount of soft tissue, and then this prosthetic transmucosal part could be built in the right way. So I highly encourage the audience to read Óscar and his group's paper because they really explain this third component that is really important very well. And I think Óscar said pretty much all that we need to hear in this really interesting question.
All right. Thank you very much, Eva. I'm going to study the paper and I hope you do as well. Thank you for watching.